The 1.0 release of Ready or Not introduced a new permadeath campaign called Commander Mode, which means that not only will you lose officers if they're killed during a mission, but you will also face penalties to the rest of your team for failing or leaving missions early. You cannot restart a mission once you have started it, meaning that you will have to play it out or choose to end it early if things go wrong. In order to fully restart the mission, you'll have to go back to headquarters and restart the mission from there. If you just want to play casually with normal restarts like before, then select Practice Mode on the main menu. This will let you play missions without having to worry about the roster tab, and can play without consequences. This is basically how the game was played prior to the 1.0 release. Commander Mode adds a sense of progression to the game, as you progress through different missions, grow your team roster, and unlock new traits for your officers. This update has also brought tactical Barbies to the game. You can unlock different clothing and gear items for your officer by completing different challenges throughout the game. Old missions can still be replayed to get higher scores, to run the timers for out-of-action officers, unlock new upgrades, or just for fun. You can pull up the tablet by pressing Tab. This can even be accessed during a mission to look at the map or view objectives. However, if you just tap the button, then it will appear at the bottom of the screen as what I like to call the feeding trough position. This is a pretty useless position other than quickly glancing at the map or objectives, because everything is too small to read properly, and the tablet can get in the way during a mission. Just tap the button again to put it away. If you need to deliberately look at it to change your roster or actually read it during a mission, then hold the tab button until it comes up, and hold it again to put it away. In Commander Mode, you should be able to see the roster tab at the bottom left. If you don't have a mission selected, then you won't see the briefing or map tab. Go to the desk in the briefing room near the entrance of the police station to select a mission. And the roster tab won't appear at all if you are in practice mode. So if you don't see it, then this might be the reason why. On the roster tab, you'll see all of the officers you have available for your team. The 4 at the top will be the team that you bring along for your missions. You can view their loadouts here, but you will have to go to the bench in the locker room or shooting range in order to actually change their loadouts. You can click on their portraits to see their background, traits, and status. Different officers provide different perks to your team, but will only unlock after you play a few missions with those officers. Be sure to click on the little X at the top right to go back to the loadout screen. Their stress status works kind of like a fatigue system in other games, where it encourages you to switch out your roster periodically. Officers can gain stress as you complete missions, but the penalties are higher if you get into bad gunfights, lose other officers, or leave missions early. If an officer's stress goes too high, it will go into a crisis state. You can still use these officers for missions, but you run the risk of them quitting and leaving your team, even if they survive the mission. You can fix their stress problem by giving them a break from the active team for a few missions, or by sending them to therapy. This will take them out of action for 3 missions, and there are only 3 therapy slots available. Here I have 2 officers who are in the crisis state. Normally I could just send them to therapy, but those slots are full, so I can't do that. So in order to switch them out, you'll need to click on the loadout slot. This will bring up their portraits. Then just click on the one that you want to replace them with, and double click. Now you should see that the officer on the team has been changed. Use this to prevent losing officers due to a crisis or to gain the most beneficial traits for the team. You will unlock more officer slots as you do more missions. If you unlock a slot or lose officers to KIA or quitting, then you can add new ones by clicking on the empty portrait slot and picking which one that you want. The new briefing and map system are interesting and immersive with voice-acted briefings and 911 calls, but they can be totally overlooked even on a first playthrough. The maps are a nice touch. Not only do they provide you with an idea of the floor plan for you Door Kickers fans, in which you can even draw battle plans, but I really don't see this feature being used very often outside of maybe a milsim group or a cinematic. The maps also feel immersive, as they might be old city plans, evacuation placards, or even just a simple drawing. So far this update has been the most fun I've had playing Ready or Not in solo. The new and improved SWAT AI makes the game slightly less frustrating, as you won't have to babysit the AI as much, with much needed quality of life improvements. However, it hasn't been without issues. Many of the controls and features of this new mode really aren't intuitive, and likely faces many bugs, so if there's anything I missed or a unique issue that you have faced, feel free to drop a comment and help someone else out. This update has me really excited to jump back in this game, and I'm extremely impressed with how far this game has come since I first picked it up.